rolls.
That ball's going to hit.
As that one bounces at the 10, takes another bounce and will
It did
finally
not
stop at the 5 and goes out of bounds.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, this rolls, barely just touches out of bounds. So,
man, you talk about rolling the dice and coming up sevens instead of snake eyes. That ball was out of bounds by about an inch. That could have been a disaster.
So the ball we place at the 35-yard line for Wheelersburg.
You know, when you go back and look at film, and no matter what the score is, you look at plays like that, and the old cliche, it's a game of inches, just echoes in your head.
I was like, this is great discipline by Elijah Brown to not try to field that, as Brown takes the carry and is quickly swarmed.
The ball's out.
And the ball came out, but is he ruled down is the question. And the official is ruling that he was down before, he was down before the ball came out, so it will be second down for the Pirates.
I don't think he ever went to the ground. I think they're going to, forward progress?
And then they're saying ruling forward progress. Then they're going to rule that they blew the play dead before the ball had come out.
Well, you're a referee, Ben. Once that whistle blows, it doesn't matter what happens after that. Look at this formation. Trips to the right.
As two receivers back, one on the line. Rucker takes quarterback keeper, now reverses. At the 40, breaks a tackle, and is now stopped just past the first down marker. First down for the Pirates.
Well, that was an absolute defensive disaster for the Tornadoes. That should have been stopped for no gain.
And now have a penalty on the play.
Have we seen the Tornado or the Pirates penalized? I think they jumped off sides once.
I think that's about it. Yeah, it'd be a personal foul against West Muskingum. So the dead ball, I guess they're going to say that it was a late hit out of bounds called against the Tornadoes. Now will be an additional 15 yards for the Pirates offense.
Well, these are the kind of calls that the Tornadoes got last week against Fairland. A lot of late hits out of bounds, unsportsmanlike calls, and it crushed Fairland's chances of making a comeback. And right now, things don't look good for the Tornadoes.
Rucker hands it off to Brown, who dives head first for about a gain of 2 yards. The 2nd and 8.
Well, the Tornadoes doing a great job against Elijah Brown. I mean, he's a top-notch running back. What do you say, had over 700 yards rushing this year? So they're doing a good job against him. I mean, a gain of 2 or 3, that's good. But when it comes to the quarterback, they have not stopped the quarterback consistently at all.
Rutger in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the far side, one on near. Rutger takes the quarterback keeper, breaks off 1 tackle, nearly breaks off the second one, and gets enough for the first down. And then a flag is thrown. And now waiting for the confirmation of what the penalty is. As it'll be a holding against the Pirates, and it'll back them up 10.
Well, that was an example of just what we were talking about. They did a great job with Elijah Brown on first down, stopped for a gain of 2.5. On the second down, the quarterback ran for a first down before he was tackled, but they had the holding call. So this is one of those situations when you teach your defense, you need to take advantage of this break. We got a break here. Take advantage of it. Don't let this team back up off the mat.
It'll be a double stakes, 2nd down for the Pirates. They're on the far side, man in motion. As quarterback goes deep for Evans, and the pass is incomplete, hits the ground, but Rutgers absolutely blown up right throwing the ball.
Another flag
thrown by the white hat, and this will probably be roughing the passer against the Tornadoes.
Oh.
As the officials now in discussion, because what happens, Rucker went back to throw, and when he threw it, he got absolutely blown up afterwards. So, yeah, it will be a personal foul roughing the passer against the Tornadoes. Now be an automatic first down for the Pirates.
That that play was a drive-ender for the Tornadoes. They defended the pass.
Well,
they contained the quarterback, and now another penalty resulting in a first down for the Pirates. You can't do that against a good team.
in that one, too, it's kind of a bang-bang because the question was, it was like right after he threw it, too. Because usually it's about 2 seconds or so after he throws the ball, but Brown jumps over the defender and then dives his way for a, looks like about a gain of 9.
You know, if you're playing a team that's 3-7, you can have all the penalties you want. You're playing a team that's a championship caliber like the Wheelersburg Pirates are year in, year out. They're going to take the penalty and hand you a receipt as they go across the goal line here in a minute if you don't watch out.
9:10 to go here in quarter number 3. Pirates aiming to extend its lead. Rutger in the shotgun. Hands it off to Amnet. Amnet trips his way and then finally falls head first out around the at the 6-yard line. First and goal for the Pirates.
What a hole. I mean, he's through there. Trap blocking up the middle. Great job of blocking by the Wheelersburg Pirate offensive line. And they have the Tornado defense on their heels. Well, this is just what we talked about at the end of the first half. If they came away with points, they're going to have another opportunity. Well, they didn't get their field goal. It was blocked, but here they are knocking on the door.
Rucker hands it off to Brown, who is stopped at the 3.
Good play by the defense that time.
Second down and goal for Wheelersburg.
Boy, this is where your defense has to save your bacon. Goal line defense. That sometimes is the difference in a ball game. See if they can get it done.
Rutger lines up underneath center, fullback and running back. Hands off to running back Brown. Brown jukes the man. Goes in the end zone. Touchdown, Wheelersburg. Elijah Brown with the score. Make it 20-7 in favor of the Pirates. 8:04 to go here in quarter number 3.
I think Brown only has 1 or 2 carries more than 4 or 5 yards, but he only needed about 2 that time, and he got it easily.
As for Brown now, that is his second touchdown of the game. And here's the kick is up, and it's good. So 8 minutes, 4 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Wheelersburg 21, West Muskingum 7.
The Tornadoes need to take a big dose of regain your poise syrup, because right now they're in danger of falling way behind. They're down 2 scores now. There's plenty of time in this ball game for them to come back. They're a good team. They have the offensive firepower to do it. But right now, they have to eliminate their mistakes. They have to forget that the referees are on the field, and they need to play clean football here for the next half of the third quarter and all the fourth. Deep kick.
Carter Smith is going to let that one roll into the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Nice kick.
The ball will be brought out to the 25-yard line.
All right, Tornadoes, let's go, buddy. Let's get it down the field.
As for West Muskingum, the last time that they allowed 20 or plus points was in the first round of the playoffs against Afrocentric Early College when the Tornadoes won that one 34-26. But the last time in the regular season was the last regular season game against Meadowbrook, where it allowed 28 and a 56-28 victory. Anton in the shotgun. Anton hands it off to Carter Whitland, who is quickly met by Luke Willis.
You know, West End, Coach Brownrigg, they can be patient here. They don't need to turn this thing into an aerial circus. 7:45 to go here, the clock running in the third quarter. They need to use the game plan they came in with, control the ball and get a touchdown, get within 1 score, and then get some defensive stops.
Anton takes the snap, looking for Bennett, rolls right, fires a pass to Bennett, and that one bounces out of his hands. incomplete third down for the Tornadoes.
That's at least the second pass dropped that was right on the money tonight by Anton.
3rd and 6 for West Muskingum. As the Tornadoes trail 21-7, 7 minutes, 23 seconds to go in quarter number 3 of this Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinal.
This is a critical situation here for the Tornadoes. They need a first down. They don't want to give the ball back.
Anton, and play action now is going to be caught by Wes Houston, and
he's got it.
He's got the first down. Wes Houston, the senior tight end, has enough for the first down and move the stakes and keep the drive alive for the Tornadoes.
You know, at every level, college, pros, and high school, the tight end he's got to be that dependable guy. Go out and run a 6-yard pattern when you need 5, and it's exactly what Wes did. He was across the just nearly across the first down marker when he caught the ball. Great job by the tight end. All quarterbacks love their tight ends.
Man in motion is Brownrigg. Actually, and now man is met. And a flag is thrown.
I think he didn't get to the line of scrimmage, and there's a flag thrown immediately on the hit. So I think we're going to have a holding or a face mask, one of the two.
As the far wing official and the referee discussing the flag. As it'll be a personal foul face mask against the Pirates. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty and should be a first down.
Oh, it will be. You know, when I saw the referee on the far side throw that flag like that, has been my experience of being on the sideline. That's almost always a face mask call because he throws it so emphatically, like, you know, because that's such a dangerous penalty. And he threw that thing out and immediately. Wait a minute here, you got to move the ball, don't they? That's a face mask penalty. They should be much farther down the field, shouldn't they, Ben?
Yes.
I mean, he started at the 20, and they gained a few yards. I don't understand.
Or if they're saying his hands to the face, which would not result in a 15-yard penalty, it would be less distance.
Well, the PA guy said it's a 15-yard penalty. Was there a sign that the referees make for 15?
Well, it's just almost a face mask, but then if you just have normal hands to the face, it'd just be less yardage. But I guess that's what they're going to say it was. And I'm all confused, Coach.
Well, this is the second week in a row where we've had one of these situations. But, you know, these guys haven't worked together before. It's an all-star crew. There they go. Now what are we doing? Okay, we're just moving up a little bit. So is it still first down? So it should be 1st and 5, right?
Yes. That's exactly what it looks like it will be. And that's going to be a quick pitch over to Brownrigg. It is quickly swarmed. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You know, last week, the big plays for West End were big running plays that they broke for long touchdowns. And they haven't broken a long run tonight at all.
No.
I mean, they've Wheelersburg has contained Windland. They've contained Anton. No one has broken on the reverse plays that were so executed so well last week. Wheelersburg has been ready for them.
Anton takes the snap, hands up to Carter Woodland, who goes right down the middle. But we'll have enough for the first down. And also, talking about the struggles of the Tornadoes offense, Coach, last week it had success with the reverse and the trick plays. This week, no success. It's like every time they run a trick play, it gets quickly blown up by the Pirates.
Yep, no doubt about it. Well, they're moving the chains. They're being very methodical here. They're not making major mistakes. They need to just keep that up. 3-man defensive line for the Pirates. Oh, nice play by number 11 for the Pirates.
Play action. Gets nearly a catch by Brownrigg. Was able to get it over the defender, but Brownrigg not able to hold on to that one. That could have been a big play for the Tornadoes, Coach, if Brownrigg was able to hold on to that one. As He would have easily gotten the first down and possibly even more.
Oh, no doubt about it. That's 3 drop passes that have been right on the money. Anton is putting the ball exactly where it needs to be. He got that ball over the defender's hands, right to his receiver. Nothing doing.
So it would be 2nd and 10 for West Muskingum. As it'd be a keeper, and Anton is hit right around the 45-yard line. Anton going to slide.
You know, those plays for West End, they expect to get a lot more yardage than that on those plays. They put a lot of blockers at the point of attack. They have their talented quarterback, Anton, running the ball. And I think they expect to get, 7 to 8 to 10 yards on those carries, and they're getting 2 and 3 on that carry, and that's just killing them. And then you throw in that drop pass. Now it's 3rd and 7.
Anton drops back, play action. Anton finds a man, and it is Carter Smith, and that will be enough for a first. Actually, Connor Hill will be enough for Tornado's first down. But talking about the drop passes, Coach, do you think it might be with the cold have something to do with it, making the football harder to catch?
I think it's lack of concentration. I mean, your receiver has to focus and catch that football. And they're not lob passes. I mean, they're shots. The cold might have something to do with it, but, it's not 20 degrees. I think it's concentration. Kids taking their eye off the ball, trying to run before they have it secured.
So 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. Hand off to the senior Woodland. Right down the middle. About gain of 5.
This is the West Muskingum we saw last week. Consistent offense, running the ball, play action pass, guys catching the ball, getting yardage after the catch. This is the team we saw last week, and that was the team we saw in the opening drive of the game, and we haven't seen them since then. And they finally resurfaced. Now they need to go down and finish this drive off with a 7-pointer and then play some defense.
Man goes in motion as West Houston from the left to the right. Hand off to Woodland, who is quickly met at the 30. Be 3rd down for the Tornadoes.
I think this is about the 4th time I've seen West Muskingum play this year, and I can't remember any other game where Winland has been contained to this extent. I mean, he's getting yards for the most part. He's making a gain on every time he touches it, but it's not for much.
3rd and short for the Tornadoes. Anton drops back, finds Bennett on a screen pass. Bennett, and he's got the first down at the 25-yard line.
That was really an interesting call because Wheelersburg anticipated that. The corner man was deep. He ran up, but he got blocked by number 1 for the Tornadoes. Great block that time and popped that play open.
2 minutes and 40 seconds and counting here in quarter number 3. Tornadoes trying to drive down the field and cut into the deficit, trying to make it a 1-possession game.
Nice block on that previous play by Carter Smith. Here comes a reverse look. Faked reverse.
And Anton quickly swarmed and hit from underneath by Evans. And player's helmet goes flying off for West Muskingum. And that was Cale McGreevy. And he now has to come out of play. And he will be replaced by Dominic Stevenson.
Well, they showed reverse action going back to the right. And the defensive responsibility, if you're the defensive end on the far side, away from the action, is pursue as deep as the deepest threat. And Anton turned around and kept that ball. And there stood the defensive end saying, I'm going to be as deep as the deepest threat, and you're it. Great play that time by the Pirate defense of staying home and stopping a trick play. Just like you mentioned earlier, they've stopped every trick play.
Anton takes the snap. Anton runs down the middle. He gets past one defender, tries to spin around the second one, unsuccessful. Evans there with the tackle again for the Pirates. Evans back-to-back tackles. It will be 3rd and long for the Tornadoes.
Anton read linebacker, inside linebacker blitz. As soon as he saw that linebacker commit to the blitz, he knew there was an open lane to run, and he took it. Great read. But look how quickly the Pirates closed that down and kept that from being a 12 or 15-yard run. So now it's 3rd and 9.
So the Tornadoes lined up with 3 men on the near, 1 on the far. Anton throws an absolute bull pass, and it is dropped right at midfield by Connor Hill. And that has been the kind of more the poison for the Tornadoes at this game, Coach. It has the dropped passes, multiple opportunities throughout this game for West Muskingum, and just not able to capitalize on the receivers' drop ball after dropped ball.
What was that wise old sage Woody Hayes said? 3 things can happen when you throw it. 2 of them are bad. And so far, that's all it's been for West End. More bad than good on the passing game.
4th down now. Anton tries to throw for the end zone, and it is incomplete. Overthrows receiver Braxton Brownrigg. There'll be a turnover on downs for the Tornadoes.
Well, what a disappointing end to the very promising-looking drive. I mean, they took the ball over with, I believe, 8.5 minutes to go. We're down to 1:02 here in the third quarter. They had the ball for 7 minutes, and they come away with nothing. That's tough.
7 minutes taken off the clock. Results in a turnover on downs for the Tornadoes. Wheelersburg leads 21-7. 1:02 remaining here in quarter number 3. Winner will take on the winner of Ironton Harvest Prep in the regional final next Friday. And we will have a false start called against Wheelersburg.
Well, this is when the defense really needs to rise up for the Tornadoes. They don't just need a 3 and out. They need to take the football away. They need to create a turnover, make a break for their team. That's tough. It's easy to say and hard to do, but right now, the fate of this game, I believe, is in the hands of the West End defense.
Rucker in the shotgun. Rucker drops back to throw, and he's got a man, and that is caught by Elijah Brown. He's trying to find his way around defenders, and they're going to say that his forward progress has stopped at around the 29-yard line.
Excellent execution that time by the Pirates. Got back all the penalty yardage plus 5 or 6 more. So 2nd down and 5, very manageable situation for the Pirate offense.
As now, about 2nd and 6 for Wheelersburg. Man goes in motion from right to left, and that is Brady Does. And a quick pitch over now to Brown. And Brown is stopped at the 25-yard line. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Carter Smith, excellent read by the entire defense. That was an option play all the way. The man who had the quarterback stayed home. The man who had the pitch back stayed home. Made a play, tackle for a loss. Now it's 3rd and almost 10. And it's 4th quarter, Ben.
And at the end of 3, Wheelersburg up 21-7 against West Muskingum. We're going to step aside for a break because you're watching the OHSAA playoffs on South 60 Films.